Hello, Capricorns. How are you doing? I hope the end of March is treating you well. I'm Lauren. This is the Untitled Tarot. Welcome back or welcome in. I was sitting with your energy for a little bit, and you guys are all over the place, which feels very unlike a Capricorn, honestly. I woke up this morning and you guys were really like pulling on my energy. And then I sat down to do your reading earlier and you guys were nowhere to be found. I was like trying to pull you out of nowhere. You guys were like, leave me alone. I was like, but you called me like early in the morning. You like left me a voicemail and everything. I'm here. Where the hell are you? You're like, do Virgo. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do Virgo. So we did Virgo. Your energy feels very different. I get this flash in my head of somebody being like hurt or injured, like lying on the ground, like all dirty, like something like fell on top of them, kind of like crying out in pain, and like them being kind of rushed by a bunch of people coming in to try and help them, and then being like, no, like get away from me, don't touch me. Like that's how you guys feel. Like you were crying out for help, but then it showed up and you were like, don't touch it, you know, a little bit freaked out, a little bit anxious. But it seems like you don't want to fix it. Like you don't want to like look at it. It's like you don't want anyone else to touch it. But whatever the wound is a little too painful or gory that like you don't even want to look at it. But it's like we got to do something about it, Capricorn, because you're bleeding out all over the living room. It's getting out of control. I don't know why. You know, this quarantine has had a big effect on people in the sense that it's given them a lot of time they didn't think that they would have to sit with some things. So there might be some old stuff, unresolved things, issues popping up to the surface for you that you are not quite ready or weren't expecting to have to deal with right now. And that makes you feel like I was like fiddling around in my chair before. Like I really couldn't get uncomfortable. It feels like you guys are like very like you feel very like heavy, your energy, you feel like very anxious, like very uncomfortable. So maybe there's something that is like uncomfortable for you to look at, but also you don't want to draw attention to it. Like you don't want anyone else to look at it. You don't want help dealing with it. So let's see what we have for you. Source, we want to thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you for helping me connect with Capricorn. I want to thank you for all the love, the blessings, the abundance, the protection, every day, every way, always. If there's any messages in my little Cappy's best interest, in their highest of good, please send them through. The lines are now open. All right, babies, let's see. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Call my psychic hotline like 8 o'clock in the morning. We gonna talk. Just got the 8, the 9 of cups. The 9, what is 8, 9? What is that? Okay, all right. You guys like counting down? You guys counting down for something? You have the King of Cups in reverse. You have the Empress in reverse. You have the Lovers in reverse. Not wanting to look at it, not wanting to look at what could not be birthed. Couldn't make it work. The Hangman in reverse. The way this is laid on my table, it's the Ace of Swords upright and vertically, and then it's the Empress in reverse and the Hangman in reverse, which tells me that you are coming to clarity, a harsh truth, a harsh reality check, that is very difficult for you to look at. Having to do, like, the Empress is a pregnant energy. It's being able to bring something to fruition about why something was not able to be brought into fruition with this King of Cups and this Lover's energy. Labor of love, lost labor. The King of Cups is a very emotional, nurturing energy. Knight of Cups on its side. Not sure how to deliver the message. That's what I'm getting with the Knight of Cups, like, to deliver it lovingly, like, to deliver it nicely. I know why, is what I'm hearing. I know why. It's almost like a eureka moment. But it feels as though with this clarity comes a weight or a pain or a disappointment that perhaps you may need community to help you through, but in order for them to do that, you would have to let them know how much of a loss you feel as though you've sustained. You have the Two of Cups in reverse. And you have the Seven of Swords. Like I said, not really wanting to... This isn't a sneaky, like, you're trying to get away with something energy. This is you trying to hide how hurt you are. You don't want to seem like you've got all of these spelt cups. You know what I mean? I seem like everything's fine. Like, everything's good. Everything's fine. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's fine. Don't look at it. It's fine. I'm fine. Just give me a minute. I'll clean myself off. I'll get back up. It's fine. Because if you let anybody close enough to look at the situation, they'd be like, oh no, like, we need to call an ambulance. Like, you need to go to the hospital. Like, you actually might need, like, you might need help with this. Yeah, this is a lot of you trying to gloss over and not really sure how to deliver the facts, deliver whatever news, epiphany, information, clarity that you have come to. You're like, should I let them know that I'm really upset? Should I let them know? It feels like this is almost a situation that a lot of people don't realize was, like, going on. Close to the chest, playing it close to the chest. But so far you're deciding just to play it off like everything's A-okay. Eight of Pentacles. And you have Temperance in reverse. I think this is you working on different ways of trying to find your balance in this situation. Well, I can't stay here. You know, it's like that bleeding out on the floor energy. You're like, well, I can't stay here. So what am I going to do? Am I going to try and get up by myself? Drive my ass to the hospital? Or am I going to let these people help me? Am I going to accept help? This is you thinking of different ways that you could go it alone, do it by yourself. And some of them might work. But are they the best way? Are they going to be the most balanced of ways? Any more? Get any more before we go on our focusing energies? High Priestess, my dear. Use your intuition. Go inside. Let your higher self light the way. You have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Not knowing, Eight of Wands, also indicates, this is my, I'm really doing it card, but it's also a card of communication. This is, I feel, you using your intuition to kind of stop and temper yourself a little bit and figure out where the balance is for you, how you want to express your disappointment or you're upset over a situation not panning out after coming into full clarity about why. It's like heat lightning. It's a very stunning energy. It feels a little bit like, almost like when you get hurt and you're in shock, and you're like, I'm okay. But then after a while you sit there for a minute and then it's like the pain sets in and you're like, oh no. I can see that I'm bleeding. The pain is starting to set in. I feel a little nauseous. It's like I sat down before and I didn't feel good. Like I said, I was uncomfortable in my chair. Like I really didn't feel good. I was talking to my guys. I was like, should I do this right now? Because I'm kind of nauseous. Like my stomach hurts. They were like, do it. I was like, okay. And as we're going through it, as we're digesting the reading, like I am feeling better. So I think as you work through, it feels like this is just like a lot of it could manifest 3D for you, but it feels like a lot of internal stuff. It feels like very sort of existential crisis, dark night of the soul. Like it feels very much like soul homework, like your soul crying out, like, listen to me. It's like a heartbreak. It's like something that broke your heart, but when it broke your heart, it like broke you. It like cracked you wide open. And now your soul is just like crying out to the universe for like relief. And so here we are. We're going to get you there because you're going to use your intuition. You're going to Eight of Pentacles the fuck out of yourself. And you're going to come back into balance. It takes work, but it is the good work. But this is you not rushing in to let anybody know anything in particular. This is like you not letting the ambulances in just yet. You're like, we're not calling the ambulance just yet. Like, I'm going to see if I can patch this up on my own for a second. Okay, so I want to go into some focusing energies for you. That was the Everyday Witches Tarot by Deborah Blake, if I did not say, which I don't feel like I did. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. We're going to get some focusing energies for you guys. Ooh, my nose is like, ooh, really like itchy. I have to sneeze all of a sudden. Ooh. Interesting. All right, thank you, spirits. We have some focusing energies for my little Capricorns while they're going in. That's it. Yeah, only two. I guess we're here. You sit up there. First out, you got action, immediately followed up by realization, or resilience. I'm sorry, resilience. Because you do not build one without the other, right? It's like something gets stronger by there being a force put upon it and resisting that force through your own will, right? And I think that there's a real focus here on going inside, going in deep to heal, really addressing and looking at things that maybe we don't want to, that are really hard or gruesome for us, not seeing ourselves in such a injured way, right? But to not drown in it so much, because then that action, that resistance, right, that forces you to grow stronger and rise up against it, becomes like I almost get in a sense of like struggling to swim, to like stay afloat, to survive, not to drown. It's become something that wears you down and tires you, as opposed to making you stronger and building you up. I'm also hearing action on your own behalf. Action on your own behalf. Action, not retaliation. Action on your own behalf. Action, not retaliation. So I think that this really is also a call for you to turn it back around. Take all of that action, all of that. It feels like a very busy energy, like around you. You know, it's like when somebody gets hurt and they call an ambulance and there's all these people and they're like, give him space, give him space. And there's like that moment you have. I don't know if anybody's ever hurt themselves and been in that situation. I hope not. I have. It's all right. But it's like you almost have this moment of complete like silence amidst all the chaos. And that's like when you know what to do. That's when you realize, like, I'm gonna get through this. It's really crazy right now. And this hurts really bad. But like, I'm gonna be okay. I just need to go to the next step. I just need to get in the ambulance. I just need to go to the hospital. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's like this self-soothing thing, reminding yourself, like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm gonna be okay. It's all right. It's all right. I wanna go into, normally I do the animals, the Spirit Oracle by Colleen Barrett for your advice cards, but I was called to do the wild unknown animal Spirit Oracle deck by Kim Kranz, yeah, to use that instead, and then to use the other animal deck to do your last advice, your peace out Cub Scout send off message. Nothing is wasted. I'm like looking at this. I'm looking at this woman with all this growth on her back that she's carrying up, and I look at her face and she looks really like forlorn. She looks really disappointed. You know, that what she planted didn't grow into fruition, and so she had to uproot it. That she's being uprooted. There's disappointment in the uprooting. That's part of the action, is the uprooting. Oh, you got 4. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, you guys are having trouble talking. You got a lot of cards. Okay. First out, you have the deer. You have the tiger. I actually kind of love how this came out. You have the dragonfly and the butterfly. with those two transformative energies. I love these. I love how this came out, actually. And then you have the Lamb and the Cobra. You know what I see when I look at all these cards? I see 3 sets of 2 sides of a coin. These are your, like I said, this is very internal for you. This could have been something that happened a long time ago and you're just sitting still, quiet enough at home long enough for it to really come back up for you. This deer, it's very, very sweet, very innocent, very gentle and majestic. And then you have this tiger, also very majestic. It has the ability to be gentle, not strike, but it's powerful. 2 sides of a coin. Your inner feminine, your inner masculine. And then on the other side, you have this Lamb. Also very innocent, can be a little naive, very gentle, very soft, very sweet, right? And then you have this Cobra. Strong, alert, focused, inner feminine, inner masculine. And sandwiched in between, you have the butterfly and the dragonfly. 2 of the most transformative energies that you could possibly have. And not just transformation on an outside level, right? It's very obvious, right? This butterfly is kind of dark, this dragonfly is kind of light. This is about your higher self and your shadow self, right? I feel like your higher self and your shadow are also representations of your inner masculine and your inner feminine as well, right? Your shadow controls, it tries to control, it tries to dominate, makes you fearful, insecure. Not that that's inherently a male. Gender's not like set on this channel, like energies are fluid, like that's not how it works in the world of the ethers. But it's a dominant energy, right? In the shadows, in the dark. And then your higher self, your inner feminine. Light, receiving, it receives energy, moves through it. It doesn't get stuck in it, it moves through it. This is through this process. Like I said, it feels a little dark night of the soul for me, but which is, been there, girl, been there. Rough. I pray for anyone going through that. I truly do. But this is not only the manifestation of the true, of the actualization of your true masculine and feminine within yourself. Because like I said, this situation feels like it didn't just like break your heart, it felt like it broke you, like cracked you open like an egg, you know? But it's also a transformation of your higher self, right? This Temperance, this High Priestess, coming in tune with your intuition, your soul's need. Oh, I have this upside down, I'm so sorry. And your shadow side, that inner guard dog within us. You know, like your shadow isn't a bad thing. You know, people tell you that it's bad. The bad side of me, there's no bad side of you. There's no such thing. No one is good and no one is bad. Everybody is both. Your shadow side, your ego, it's just like it's your inner guard dog. You know, it's like an alert system. But just like a guard dog, you have to train it. Otherwise, it will run all over and it will chew up your entire house. And it will get outside and it will terrorize the whole entire neighborhood. And that manifests in your life through negative thought patterns, self-sabotaging, you know, getting yourself into situations, victimization, bullying, gaslighting, however it shakes out for you. Being too jealous, being too insecure, not working on your abandonment issues, like It's all of it. To be a person is to be an onion, is to be an emotional and spiritual onion. Peopling is hard. If I ever made merch, it would say peopling is hard. But this is you kind of in this Eight of Pentacles. It's like going through like all of your chakras, like working all of it up, every level, from like your inner child to your inner feminine, your inner masculine, your crown chakra, your shadow side. This is you like going in and doing the work, but like not expecting to have to do it. It's like an accident, you know. It's like it just happens. Like nobody plans like, oh, I'm gonna break my leg today. Like, no, it just happens. It's just a freak accident. It's a tower moment of life, you know. And all of a sudden you sit there and you're like, oh, I'm in shock. I'm okay. Don't touch me. Don't look at it. And then all of a sudden, like, you're like, oh no. Oh fuck. This is gonna, it's like, you know, like this isn't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go to the emergency walk-in and get like 2 stitches. I'll be home in like 3 hours. And you're like, oh no, like I'm gonna be in the ER all night. They might not discharge me till tomorrow. I'm gonna get a cast. Like, you know, like this is gonna be a process. And you not really wanting help with it. Personally, as an individual, not endorsed by spirit or anyone else, I always think it's good to find at least one person, just one person that if you can vent to, or just like let them in just like a little bit to like what's going on with you, that's like a very good thing for you to do. It was very helpful for me when I was going through a lot of this stuff last year. So word from the wise, you know, that's what I did. It was very helpful for me. But just remember, the only way out is through. The work that you do on yourself is the most important work to do. And you are very much loved and supported and seen by the divine and by the rest of us too. If you need anything, we're here for you. Let's get an advice card from the other animal oracle deck. For my little Cappy babies. You know, like this shit's so hard. It's so hard, but honestly, it's so beautiful. The process of it, it really is like becoming a dragonfly, becoming a butterfly, going into that chrysalis, and you're all mushy and you're like, oh God, this is horrible. But at the end of it, you crack out and you fly. Just fly, you soar. Coming out chunks, huge chunks. Spirit's like, they need a lot of advice. I'm like, I know, but we don't have that much time. It just told me to just take those 3 that fell out. Okay. Yeah. Dolphin spirit. This and that are true. There are pieces of you that feel like you're broken, and there are pieces of you that are also growing. You can grow and heal at the same time. It is the same process. I'm getting, just because you find more cracks along the way doesn't mean that you don't, like, that you don't fix them, or that you throw away the project, or you like throw away I'm almost seeing like a plumber, and he's trying to patch something up, and as he patches it, he sees like another crack. Then he goes to fix it, and then he sees like another crack, and then he like goes to fix it. They're saying don't throw away the pipe. Like keep patching it up. Keep patching it up. I think it means with yourself. Like don't give up on yourself. Like this and that are true. Like yes, you are a hot mess, but like yes, you are hurt. Like yes, you have some stuff you need to work through, but like yes, you are worth it. Like yes, you have value. Yes, you can do it. Yes, there is hope on the other side. This and that are true. Yes, you're in the thick of it, but you're also in the thought of it. Fun. Whoever that's for. And then I love them both. I'm going to give them both to you at the same time. You have lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. And the bee spirit. Sweet results await. I love that the bee spirit actually came out in this deck during your pre-shuffle. And for me, don't give up. That's what I'm hearing. Like, don't give up. That the life that you want does exist. It can exist for you. It's very interesting on this lizard card. If you look, it looks like the leaves that are coming off of this plant are a part of him, and they look like the lizard is trying to grow wings to fly. That just because you are one does not mean you cannot become the other. This and that are true. Because the culmination is where your truth lies. The culmination of the two. Just because you come from one does not, or you are of one, does not mean you cannot be of the other. And that it is the blend of the two, the mixture of the two, that will provide you the sweetest results. That's this coming together of all of these sides of yourself. The side of you that can be gentle and vulnerable, to feel hurt. The side of you that can be strong and focused, to strike back, but to have them in balance, that they can live next to each other, that your shadow does not overpower the sweet side of you, and that the sweet side of you does not overshadow or overpower or shine so bright that this cobra cannot also stand in perfect defense of itself. This deer does not run from the tiger. You do not run from your fears, the things inside of yourself. You train that guard dog within yourself. It is your alert system. It alerts you when people are on some bullshit, and it alerts you when you're on your own bullshit. Yes, it does. And you're like, that's sneaky and manipulative. I know that because I know how to be sneaky and manipulative. You're lying to me right now. I know that because I know how to lie. It's that kind of thing. And knowing when you get upset about something, you're like, ooh, that's a jealousy thing. That's an insecurity thing. Putting yourself in check. But also in a way that's kind and sweet to yourself. Not in a self-deprecating way of putting yourself down, like, oh, you're such a piece of garbage. Like, how could you be like that or think like that or be inclined to do that? But instead of immediately recognizing it, that it can be a power and a strength, a silent guard, if it is tamed, if it is balanced. If it is balanced, and the Temperance card is literally hanging off of my sweater. Because that is where sweet results are with. That is where you will bloom. It's a lot of wings, baby. It's a lot of wings. Get ready to take off. Get ready to take off, Capricorn. You're in for a wild ride. This was fun. You guys are really getting into, oh, just before I even leave, also in this bee spirit, if you look inside, what can you see? It's like little clocks. Divine timing. Enjoy, Capricorns. If you need anything, I'll be here. If you want to chit chat, do so down below. I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.